Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video we're looking at my newest old custom, which is Gargoyles DEMONA. This is one of the figures I made a long time ago. It was one of my first kind of like breakout figures, one of the first ones that got a little bit of attention on a larger scale, and it wasn't that good looking back on it based on my current skill set. I mean, I've developed my skills a little bit over this last decade roughly. And so there were things that I could do differently, and I have done differently on recent Gargoyles customs, and those have all been for the same customer as the original DEMONA figure, which was the first of the batch. Since then, we've done like 3, 4, 5, at least 5, maybe 6, at least 5 different Gargoyles customs for him, whether they were regular human characters or Gargoyles themselves. So, you know, my skill set has changed a little bit. What has become available to me has changed a little bit, so we thought it would be appropriate to go ahead and retackle DEMONA. So instead of making a whole new figure from scratch, because there were things about the original one that were just fine, we went ahead and decided to revamp the original one. So this is the original figure, and I'll post a link to the old video up there. It'll be over there. So you can see what it looked like originally, but it's almost an entirely new figure. The only thing that really stayed the same mostly are the legs and the torso and the arms, which sounds like a lot, but in terms of the custom, that's not the most detailed part of the figure. Like, the wings were not very good originally. I had to use McFarlane dragon wings and resculpt them, and they were so asymmetrical and just not great. We just kind of made them work because we didn't have a better solution. These wings are from some vinyl figure from forever ago, which I guess I didn't know about. I know I didn't. Maybe he didn't either, but either way, he found them. He's like, use these wings. So that's what we used for DEMONA, and then we used them for Angela also not too long ago. So the wings have been completely redone. I actually went through the entire torso and just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I resculpted the belt from scratch again. I cleaned up the shirt a little bit, and I cleaned up the arms and legs a little bit, but those stayed the same. We had to redo the tail because the old tail was from the Marvel Legends Blackheart, which is a bendy tail, and that's fine, but it's not really smooth sculpt, so I had to sand it down. It just didn't look great. So this is actually from the same figure the wings came from, so that's new. Although I had to resculpt it from like the midpoint all the way up, and I had to extend it a little bit, and I twisted it. I reshaped the tail a little bit, so I kind of redid that too. And then the head we have here is completely digitally sculpted. I did that in ZBrush on stream. Some of you might have actually watched that happen, but I had that 3D printed, then I painted it, or I sanded it and cleaned it up a little bit and painted it and actually fit it to the figure. So the original head's gone. This one's like 100% more accurate, so much better. And so that's good. And then of course I got a whole new repaint, because before, I don't know if he asked for it or if I just did it or what. Nobody seemed to mention it ever before, including the customer, so I don't know what happened, but the blue wasn't really the right blue. I have no idea how that ended up being the case. She's a little dusty. I got to clean her off. She was done a little bit ago, but I had to wait to shoot the video. Anyway, it's repainted now too. Obviously, I had to repaint everything, of course, but it was the wrong color before. Now it's the right color, so that makes me happy. It's so irritating to me that it was the wrong color, and apparently I didn't know or notice or whatever, but it was, and now it's not, so that's good. And then the other thing I did for it this time, originally I had made a gun accessory for it, which was just using a Marvel Legends gun. And that was fine. It got the job done, and I sculpted a hand onto the gun, and it's connected with magnets. All the hands are interchangeable with magnets on this figure so that they can be swapped out for things like this. But it wasn't accurate, so he had me sculpt digitally, again, another gun. So I went into ZBrush, and I made the gun accurate to the show, and then I had it 3D printed, cleaned it up, painted it. And I also, of course, on the gun, I had to sculpt one of her hands, so I made a whole new hand for her that's all one piece, has the magnet in there, and it just swaps out with the hand that's on her, so that she can have her gun, which is accurate to the show, which is kind of like, she uses it relatively frequently in the show, so it's kind of important to have it. So that's about it. I don't want to spend too much more time talking about it, since we've already done a video for this figure once before. But there it is. There's my new version of DEMONA. I'll throw some photos here at the end. The figure, while I did maintain basically all of the articulation, it's not really great for posing, obviously, because of the wings and the tail. You're not going to get a whole lot done. The legs have to be forward thanks to that haunch and the extra kind of like ankle-y foot joint thing. So you can't really pose it too much, but she can still hold her weapon. And that's all the customer really wanted. I mean, he wants an action figure, even though it's not going to be dynamically posable. So this is it, and he's super psyched, and I'm psyched. I'm so pleased to be able to correct my inexperienced issues on that other figure. I was proud of it at the time, but looking back on it, man, have I grown as as a customizer. My skills are completely different than they used to be. It's interesting. It's interesting. Although I will say, it held up incredibly well. Short of him not packing it well to send it back to me because I had to break the wings and head off anyway, it was basically as good as new. All the paints were still good. The sculpt was still good. Nothing broke. Everything was fine. The wings ended up cracking in the shipping process, but otherwise, like, the finish quality wasn't too bad on it, but the overall artistic quality could have definitely been improved upon, which we did here. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And that'll do it, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up almost every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. I do stream 3 times a week where we do things like make parts for my customs or work on my action figure line. That's from 7 to 10 Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday through Thursday. And then after that, we play some video games just to kind of hang out. I get to talk to you guys a little bit and just kind of relax. It's a good time, so make sure you stop by. That happens right here on YouTube, or if you prefer Twitch, I do stream the sculpting on Twitch as well. That's twitch.tv/Anthony'sCustoms. Lots of good times to be had. So make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't before. Turn on notifications. It's super important because YouTube doesn't like to tell people about videos anymore. And that'll do it, guys. So thanks for watching. Do all that stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.